What's good, Goodie Mob? It's your girl Slim Goodie, and I'm back with another video for you guys today. And we're coming with a mukbang with
Tanisha
and Dominique.
And yep, we're about to answer some questions and talk about stuff that's just on our minds. Just, you know what I'm saying? While we're eating the leftovers of our seafood. Because if you guys are watching this, you guys might as well go watch the first one at Dominique's channel right now. Like right now.
And then come back and watch this.
And then come back and watch this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get to this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to ring that bell. So, yeah, let's get into the question. I think...
you said somebody sent you some questions, right?
My phone, yeah, if y'all are in Atlanta, y'all need to go ahead and check out Pirate Bowl and get y'all some seafood from over there because it's really good.
It's good.
It's really good. Even though their prices have went up on us, but it's all right. You know what I'm saying? They gotta eat too.
Okay.
Yep.
Bless her.
Okay. All right. So, what's the first question should we answer? I'm gonna pick a couple of them. We're not gonna answer them all. We're just gonna answer a couple of them. What's the age did you first have nasty time with a woman?
That's a good one. I don't remember the age. Do y'all remember?
I think I was probably like, I want to say 18. I didn't start having, I was really picky with sex. I didn't care about sex until I got out of high school, to be honest with you guys.
I want to say it was probably like 17. 8.
Okay.
Maybe 17, 18 too.
I would have thought she was going to say like 15.
With a woman.
With a woman friend.
Oh yeah.
15, I was doing my thing with guys.
I think I was in it.
Well, not really doing my thing. Let me rephrase it. I was
You were doing your
into
thing.
guys flirting and stuff like that. Shut up. Because I wasn't doing nothing but flirting.
You never,
Girl, that was when I got like 18.
oh, okay.
And it was only one person, one guy.
Oh, okay.
I think I was in my 20s.
A late bloomer, okay. All right.
And your 20s back for your first girl.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. I would have thought it was a little soon.
My first girl was that girl.
Okay.
How's it going? Oh,
When y'all gonna take out shots?
oh.
She was in there, so I went with her then.
Now y'all want to not take these shots with me.
Come on, friend.
All right, let's
I done
go.
gave her my shot, y'all, because I can't take it. You
All
gonna
right.
take both of them?
Yep. So if y'all are at this point of the video, I'm gonna need you guys to go ahead and grab y'all shots and take a shot with me and sis, because over here don't want to take a shot and stuff. You ready, sis?
Okay. Sorry, I had to stretch my back.
I never would have thought she would have turned me down on purpose. Ready? All right. Liquor with
Whoa.
hot stuff is that what's given.
And no
Right.
mix. Looking seafood on
God.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna hold on to this till damn near the end of the shot.
Yeah.
I mean, video.
Not the end of the shot.
Yeah.
My mouth said, what's the little thing?
Okay, the fire.
Like a mini explosion in my mouth.
Okay. Okay. What age did you meet your forever friends? People you know will be in your life forever.
Oh, so basically like your friends.
Your close friends?
From high school or...
7th grade.
We can do
I
that.
don't even remember. How old was we in 7th grade? What'd you say, like 12, 11, 12?
I mean, the grade is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all the people, like all my close friends that I had in 7th grade, or like 6th, 7th grade, they're still my close friends.
Oh, that's right. That's rare, y'all. Very
Yeah.
rare.
Mine is probably sooner than that. I got friends that I've been friends with since like 3rd or 4th grade.
I know that's right.
So,
That's that loyalty for that ass.
25, 26 years of friendship.
I know that's right.
That's amazing.
Okay. I can't speak on that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I got people that I'm just now getting to my forever friends. All right, that's it. I'm gonna say that now.
So what you trying to say? We forever?
Bitch, you got better than me. Where's y'all going?
She's about where y'all going.
Don't be teasing me with y'all presents and leave me. I'm sick of that.
You know.
I thought you had some friends you said like you knew from like high school or something. I mean, not that many, but
They're in California, you know what I'm saying? And
okay.
have lives and family and stuff like that. So
okay.
It look like friends that you just genuinely been in your life like since way back. You don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's happening.
Okay. Oh, fool.
Ever been in a domestic violence situation?
You can go first.
You want to go first? I know you said you haven't, so you might as well
Yeah, I'll
just
just go first.
you want me to go first?
Yeah.
I have. I mean, it depends. What is it domestic? I have been. It was like a couple years ago. And I got out of it, thank God. You know
Like domestic, like fighting, or like just like
Verbal.
tugging or verbal.
all of that, verbal, physical. We was actually fighting.
Okay, like fighting.
Like we was giving each other black eyes. Like I got a bite mark from her still sitting on my back.
Oh wow.
So yeah, that's definitely
Domestic violence.
That's toxic.
Yeah. So
very toxic.
type of person that will try to sit there and say that they don't want you to leave, but trap you in the closet and try to beat your ass for trying to leave at the same time.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So
definitely is.
yes, I've been in there in a relationship. Thank God I was strong enough to get out of it.
How did you leave? Like how, or what was the turning point where you just was like, okay, this is enough, or like I gotta go for this to get worse, or did you just leave, or was it to the point where you had to have somebody help you leave?
I don't know how if y'all gonna believe me when I say this, but this is like real life.
You let napkin back.
Okay.
Please.
How I left,
Okay, ma.
I had to leave by doing a ritual because she put a love bonding spell on me. She did voodoo on me, and that was the only reason why I couldn't leave when I wanted to leave. Because even when I wanted to leave, and I was sitting there looking at my face from the black eyes and everything else that she was giving me, and just the verbal shit and cheating and lying and stuff like that, I still, in the back of my head, still wanted to be with her and still went back. And every time it was always the same result until it was just no more where something happened to her. And it was enough time for me to actually wrap my head around it. And I actually confronted her and I was like, why? She was like, she had simply asked me one question. She was like, because I wanted to have a closer conversation with her. And she had said, are you done with me? And I was like, yeah. And she said, let me look at your hand. And I said, what? She was like, let me look at your hand. I said, okay. It was, I think it was this hand that she looked at. And because I had it like this and she looked at this, she was like, oh no, you're not done with me. And I was like, what you mean I'm not done with you? She was like, I have put a love bonding spell on you. You're not going anywhere.
Damn, she told you that?
Yeah. Someone who would tell you that.
I believe it.
The one people who tell, and the only reason why I believe it is because the first type of person she is Haitian. She claims Haitian. She does all that type of stuff, work and stuff too. So it's like, well, she is Haitian or come from the Virgin Islands and shit. So I already knew. So when she told me that, I already knew because one thing about her, I knew she wasn't gonna lie about something like that. And even though she did dirty shit, she would still tell you. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, when she told me that, I was like, oh no. And it all made sense because everything that I tried to do to get her away from me and out of my system, it was not working. I'm sitting here just crying and not understanding why I'm going through. I was literally going through I was in a mental and emotional prison where I literally could not break free. Like, there was times where a nigga was outside at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, couldn't have no ride home, crying with Callie in a cage in the goddamn maintenance closet, just sitting there, just waiting for niggas just to see if somebody was gonna come get me some shit. Because we got in a fight that night. I was scared for my life because I thought she was gonna kill me that night.
Wow.
So how did she do that though?
I would never know. It could be multiple things. Like, she probably could have had a piece of my hair because I was staying with her. And then she was always feeding me. So
Remember I had told you that one time with somebody we know.
Yeah.
That.
So how is it when people feed you?
they can put something in the food and they bless the food.
Yeah, and they basically like do a prayer over it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
It's not necessarily a prayer, it's like a spell. But they do the spell over it and then they'll feed you.
And luckily, I have an auntie who does voodoo, and we call her the voodoo.
So you talked to her,
and
told
she
her
told
about
me after I told her about that, and she was like, "Oh, I knew she had put something on you a long time ago." But I had in that instant, I had got mad at Money because like, what you mean? Why you ain't tell me? But after she broke it down, I took a step back and I got the spell off of me. I was like, even if you would have told me, I still wouldn't. I would have got mad at you. I wouldn't have believed you, and it would have been probably a different thing. So I understand why people won't tell you certain things in the moment because it's not meant for you to hear. Yeah. So it's like you have to. Especially the type of person that has to go through the shit to actually understand it. And I'm that type of person.
So she wouldn't have been able to. Let's just say if she wanted to be not the hero, but you know she was concerned for your life. Your aunt couldn't just do the spell. I had to have consent.
I had to do it.
Oh, so she told you what to do. Oh, okay. So she couldn't do it.
No, she couldn't do it because then it wouldn't work. It was something that I actually had to do. And as soon as I did it, I felt better, release. And she felt the release and she got mad. And I was just like, well, nigga, I had to do it for me. Yeah. Like, that was not what was given for me.
That's some wild boy shit there, boy.
It is, but it's very true. And a lot of people practice that.
To this day, she still practices it. So I be trying to stay clear, because like I said, people out there, there's really people out there that really be prying on your weaknesses for real. Yep. And they will use that as their strength to gain you and to use you as a puppet for whatever they need you to do. And that shit is real. And it's like it's never your fault. Don't ever think that it's your fault as to why you're in that situation because you could fall victim or just falling for somebody's potential, and not even that, just be feeling like you're being forced to even be in a situation with someone because of what they feel that they have on you. So it's like I said, they're prying on your weakness. So it's just you got to be careful.
Yeah, definitely.
That's true.
We're glad that you got away from that.
Girl, yes, because ooh, baby,
Couldn't have been me.
That's a lot. But for me. What was the question? Have we ever been in
domestic?
Yeah. So I guess you can. It really wasn't domestic, but it was like I would say more toxic than domestic, cause it was like the worst situation that ever happened with my ex. It was like we was driving down the highway, and we had got to arguing, and she was like. I'm about to open, like driving down the highway. She like, I'm about to just open this. I'm gonna open up the door and push you out the car. And I'm like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? And but I think that's really like the most that ever
verbal abuse.
Yeah, that happened. It wasn't ever like we just was fighting and
but not realizing people don't need to downplay verbal abuse like it's
because
that shit right there is real, and that can really break a person down worse than physical. I'd rather be honestly, I've been through it verbal and physical, mostly verbal, and I'll take physical any day because I can try to defend myself.
Yeah, that's true. I never thought about it like that. That's true though, because I went through a lot of verbal abuse.
Yeah, it could break you down in the ways that you just don't know, and it can drive you into depression. It can start everything that they're saying. You can start believing it, and you start practicing it in your own life, and not realizing that you're actually practicing it in your own life. It just becomes a habit because of someone else in your ear, closest to you, telling you that you ain't shit. You still, all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
then you start to believe it.
Yeah,
and then, it's kind of like a brainwashing cycle where it's like, damn, am I really a bad person? You know, am I really this? Am I really that? Because they keep saying it and it's drilling in your head, and then every time they're saying it, it's like you don't have nobody else to reassure you. So that person, if that's your person, and they saying this shit to you all the time, you're gonna start kind of believing it.
Exactly, and that's when you put yourself in a mental and emotional prison because you start believing that you're just in that dark space and not even realizing that and you know in your heart that you're better than this, but you can't get out of your own head because they're constantly telling you shit in your ear. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. I physically try to beat my ass if all day if you want to. Just try it, but don't sit there and try to downplay me and my character. That's what you're not gonna do.
Yeah.
It's not what's good.
But I do have a relatable situation. I was manipulated in a relationship where a person basically took me away from my family and friends. So, I feel like that's still some type of, it's not domestic, but, some type of abuse where she manipulated me to think that you know, my friends really didn't care about me like that, you know, and then I drew away from my parents, you know, dog parents. But it was like a lot of, you know, manipulation in that relationship. And that was my relationship with a woman for the first time. And she was older than me too. So, you know, if somebody doing something for you all the time, like literally paying for, you know, whatever I needed, whatever college, you know, so she washed my clothes, do all this stuff, you know, made sure I'm taken care of, well taken care of. So it was to the point where I felt like I didn't need nobody but her.
Yeah.
You know, and then to the point where like I moved, I didn't tell people that, you know, I moved with her. I stopped talking to.
Really?
Yeah, I isolated myself from like my friends and family. And we were together for a couple. Yeah, it was a couple years. I don't know, 5 years.
I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah, I think it was like 5. Yeah,
that's a no.
Yeah,
That's
so but you
was young though.
Yeah, I was
so.
young, and you know, you kind of vulnerable. And then, like I said, this was my first like lesbian relationship. Somebody older, they showing me a different side of you know life and
you.
Yeah, and of me, and you know. Like I said, when you're young and you in your 20s, you know, I wasn't traveling the way that, you know, I do now. So she was showing me a lot of stuff that
you haven't
I hadn't experienced before. Yeah. So, you know, people could take that to your advantage. But at the time, I wasn't realizing that that's what it was. And then, you know, by the time I really started, probably like year 3 or 4, I started piecing stuff together. And, you know, just like, people were saying stuff to me, or people would not say anything to me because they thought, well, I don't want to say nothing based on how you were saying, because they feel like, you know, I may take it offense to a certain way. But I finally started seeing stuff on my own, like to the point where I started investigating stuff, like phone bills. Like I really was piecing stuff together. And then, you know, when I was finally done, you know, I was like, yeah, I'm done. But, you know, she still was thinking that money and whatever she could do for me was going to keep me on. And no, I was really just using her. She didn't know. She thought she was getting the best of me, but no, I was just using her. But, you know, I had figured it out. And, but yeah, I let that go. And she brought a different side of me. It was going to be a toxic relationship because we had some times where I was really wanting to turn into another person. So
I can't see you turning into another person, friend. You got too much of a beautiful soul.
Is
it scary? No, it's scary. Yeah, the nicest ones be the scariest.
It ain't scary, but it's like it's not her.
Yeah,
I say that.
They probably scared the shit out of me because it's not you. But wait a minute, hold on, no, I'm gonna go in the corner. How that when you no, because this ain't you. I don't know this side of you. I don't do this.
Yeah,
I know the nice you.
You gotta really like push her to her.
Yeah, I gotta really be pushed to that.
We got me and Betty the same though. Like I think that's the Libra in us. Like me, I'm more on go than her, like, but you still have to push me. Like, I feel like when we was talking about in my video, when you get in your 30s, a lot of shit now, it's like, I'm chill on it. Like, I'm good on that. Yeah. But if you keep poking at me, then I'm gonna turn into a beast.
Right, exactly. I don't see this little short.
Like they done seen me in my toxic days when I was just like,
and even at that time, sometimes she would be, I'd be like,
yeah, no,
no, I'd be like, I ain't dealing with it.
And you was raised from Malia, so I know you got a heavy head. So no, hell no.
No, but I was hurt though. So like we talk about all the time, when you hurt people hurt people.
Yeah, because I met her at the time where she was.
I had lost my best friend. She met me at a time when I was with my ex, and that was toxic. So you know, like all that shit just play a part in your growth and just.
And it's like you have to take accountability within yourself, you know, to like look back, like, why am I acting out like this? Like some people don't really want to feel like the way they acting is associated with a trauma or something that happened in their life. Yeah, that's causing them to act like this. They just feel like, well, no, you did this to me. This is why I'm acting like this. But it's a trigger somewhere in that brain.
Yeah, because you got before you can check somebody else. I learned before you can check somebody else, you need to check that yourself in the mirror before you go ahead and check somebody else, because it ain't just a one-way street for nothing. Yeah. It don't just happen from one person. It's multiple things that stem from that problem that makes you explode. So it's like before you even think you can come and check somebody else about their stuff, check yourself first.
Because you just where the older, like the mindset come in where you older. The older, I guess, way of thinking. Because it's like before you even spaz out, you got to sit back and be like, okay, what role did I play in this, or why I'm out overreacting? You
Right.
know, baby
Why am I
doing that all the
attracted to this type
time.
of shit?
Like she'll be like, ask me, you know, do you think I overreacted for that? So sometimes you gotta have an accountability partner or somebody to be like, okay, you did kind of overreact.
That's just like last week, the whole situation with Jeff. So, what was the situation?
Okay, so somebody had left a Hennessy bottle at the venue for
Did
the
we tell you
engagement
about
party.
I can't heard y'all
Yeah.
talking.
Oh, okay.
And then so the lady emailed me and was like, oh, so because we found this bottle, it's a breach of contract, you can't bring outside liquor, so we're taking your deposit. It was a $250 deposit.
No.
So she was like, you don't get the refund back. And I was like, oh damn. So then
I already knew who
that,
had the bottle. So, you know, my first instinct is my baby need her $250 back.
Okay.
So I'm calling. Did you leave that bottle?
She didn't say, hey, how you doing? Then you picked up the phone talking about, did you leave that bottle at the
Yeah. And so, but you know, I acted off of emotion. Like my baby need her $250 back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but and we saying all this to say like the conversation that we having. Like sometimes you have to sit back and be like, well, maybe I could have handled that a certain way.
Yeah.
Cause like I'm the type of person sometimes like even if I don't want to hear it, I'm gonna ask my woman. I'm gonna be like, babe, you know. And I asked her, I was like, babe, what you think? Like, did I sound like I had an attitude or you know da da da? She was like, babe, you could have said it a different way. Like I really feel like that wasn't called for. So I apologize. I'm like, look, you know, I'm sorry for coming off at you like that, but my baby needed her $250.
Yeah,
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
End of the day.
But that's
Yeah.
the thing with me and her. Like, if you know, if I say I'm not afraid to tell her when she's wrong. You know, sometimes people be with people. You know, I feel like if you with somebody, they should be able to tell you if you wrong or not.
Right.
You should be able to receive it. You know, even if you don't think you wrong
Just
or
be
whatever,
able to
you should be
receive
able to listen and be like, no, I feel like I was right in that moment.
Right.
Like, no, I supposed to. No, it's, sometimes we not always right. So
Yeah.
it's okay to be like, if
okay
somebody
to be
tell
wrong.
you something, you know, take
Just
it.
listen and take heed
Yeah,
at it.
take
and
heed in it.
Try to handle it a different type
Right.
of way.
Okay.
So I just
Because
feel
I'm
like-
always asking somebody, what the hell did I do? Did I do something wrong? Because I, you know what I'm saying? I always ask that. Did I do something wrong?
Yeah.
What did I do? Because I'm sick of it. Let me know, because I like to do that type of question, because at some point, like you said, you just got to be able to take accountability of your own actions and how you move, because, and it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to mess up. Everybody be thinking that they pride is so thick because they don't want to mess up. It's okay. Put that pride to the side. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to sound, what's the going to say?
Ignorant?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
We're human. Shit, it happens. So I can't even talk sometimes properly, like right now. But shit, I'm working on it.
How do we even get to this conversation? Because we was talking about domestic violence. I mean,
Right, but we started talking about accountability and holding yourself accountable.
when you're in a relationship.
Yeah, because
Or just in general.
in general,
like,
because it don't matter what type
yeah.
of relationship you're in, friendship, relationship with a significant other, don't matter. Any type of relationship, you gotta still practice the same thing. Just you're not messing with, you're not in bed with the other one. You gotta live with the other one. So lesser stuff you gotta deal with when you're with a friendship, and more stuff you gotta deal with when you're in a relationship. But you still gotta practice the same type of morals and standards and principles with the same people, with the same type of people. You know what I'm saying? So that's all.
Yep, that's it. That's all. I had to tell my little story.
Period. You know what I'm saying?
And you said 5 years, right?
Yeah, I believe it was 5 years. That was 20.
How long was
21.
yours? 3. 5, 3, and 1 for me.
So wait, how old? That can't be right. How old was I when we met?
Right, because you was like, I was like 18. No, I was like 19, 20. And
Well,
so
then
that
it had
means
to be
you was
like,
like,
because maybe I was like 20 when me and her got together.
yeah.
But damn, that still ain't adding up because I must not been with her that long. 'Cause,
Yeah,
you know,
I,
was
think it,
with-
I can't see you taking that for 5 years.
I can't see you.
Right. It might have been 3 because I
Girl,
figured it out.
That third year was enough for me.
That's what I'm saying. I think I might
1 year was enough for me, so
Right.
I don't think it was 5.
it might have been 2.5 while I'm over here talking.
For
Right.
you, 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I know for a fact mine was 1.
I don't know because I do remember because you know me and the other I only had 2 women.
Yeah.
So me and her weren't together.
And
that
she was
long.
right before me.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But I was still single for like a year or 2
Before her.
Yeah, before we got together. Me and you got together.
What you think is a good time period to be? How long you think is a good time frame to be single after a relationship?
Well, for me, it was after the toxic person I had. It was 3 months. Me and her was broken up for 3 months, and then me and Tanisha started like going together.
Heavy, I was alright. I guess it just
because I kind of like I'll say I came in to help her with that situation. And
No,
I don't even
that's not a
honestly.
friend,
I mean,
right?
we wasn't friends, but we kind of mutual
We didn't
friends.
know each other.
We didn't know
like,
each
we
other.
was talking to date. I felt like,
Right.
but
We was talking today. I mean, I feel like we knew each other, and we were like, we told the friends that like, oh, they're cute. You know, the other person is cute. Let's try to talk, but maybe not really talking today. And it kind of just like we wasn't like friends. Though.
that's why I feel like it was talking to date.
Well,
Because I mean, we weren't friends. Like we. Yeah.
So y'all just became
We just
friends.
have a
Well, okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because at first, like I was in a relationship, like I was getting over the relationship
Right.
or trying to get out of the relationship.
Right.
So I understand.
yeah,
because
because when we were
it
talking,
was
I
more
was
like
basically like
giving me your advice.
Yeah,
and it was more
yeah.
like we was building a friendship.
yeah. It wasn't
And
like
then-
we was looking to talk. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, I told her at the beginning, like, you know, you coming out of a relationship, you know, I just think she needs to be ready
Right.
to if we gonna be doing something else, and then she got to go. Yeah. So I think, I feel like for every person it's different. You know, you can't really put a time frame on it.
I know
Because
somebody
sometimes you meet the people at the right time.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel like what happened with her. But with me, I gave myself a year to be done with my ex. Like, you know, I was talking to people and dating, but not really looking for a relationship. And that's kind of how, you know, we found each other.
That's true, because you just unexpectedly that one just
It
comes
do
around,
happen, yeah.
and it just happens out of nowhere. But not even realizing you probably just manifested that person years ago, and then she just
Right.
happened to come right then.
Fall in your lap.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And so that's a good question.
Yeah, that is a really good question.
Because I don't know how long. So I just knew somebody who used to give. If they were together for a long period of time, she would like give me 6 months to not talk to you, and then after that we could probably be friends, and I'm moving on after that.
Oh, I mean, I feel like that's a good thing too.
Yeah, it's not bad either. I think it's kind of healthy too. Honestly.
Yeah, when you break up with somebody,
6
you know,
months, no
yeah,
talk.
because I feel like you continue to be in that person's life, regardless of whatever, you still gonna have that emotional connection to them,
Right.
and you're gonna have those feelings, like depending on how the relationship.
Yeah, I was about to say depending on how the relationship was and ended. Because baby, with mine,
yeah,
I was over.
yeah, right.
You had to go.
Right. And see, with not the ex that I was talking about, but the ex after, right before Bay, like, you know, I was cool with being friends with her, but she was basically still wanting to keep hope alive that we were still going to be in get back together.
So she wasn't friends. She was friends with intentions to get back into.
Right. So she was
embraces.
just basically like, okay, we can be friends, but, you know, I may want to, or I feel like we are meant to be together.
Oh,
and then I blatantly like had to tell her, look, because I mean, regardless, we're going to be connected because you have family that I'm close with, you know, I'm still going to be around. So I had to let her know, like, it's never going to happen. You just need to let it go. And then I feel like once we did that, it clicked in her head, and then she was just like, she was cool.
Okay.
We lived together. Okay. Me and Bae was dating, and Bae would come over to the house. We was roommates. Me, her, and my cousin.
Cool. She ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, she ain't saying nothing. I was just telling her, girl, fine. You know, she had somebody over.
You don't move us. We move you.
But it took a while to get to that point, you know.
Yeah.
Like with her.
Yeah.
I bet it did, because I bet she was all in love and stuff. Talking about
But she know I was a good woman, so really, and she messed up.
Good
so
people.
Like, you gotta go. But we all good now.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
This was very good. This wasn't even a full
It's so good. I
mukbang.
hope I was looking at the camera, y'all. Don't be talking about if I was looking now. I'm just gonna let y'all know.
I know I was looking at the side. I was looking at y'all the whole time. Sorry,
Cause
y'all.
I know how the comments like
They
be
know.
like looking down, but I was into it.
Okay, they know on the Goodie Mob channel. They like to hear us talk and the
Yeah, that was
conversations
really
and
good.
stuff like that. So
We just jumped on top of the top.
in fact,
We definitely jumped around, but
But everything we said kind of brought
Linked.
on something else.
Pear, this
I'm
dog
calling
don't
this
leave me
the
alone.
girls
She's
chat.
pressing on me.
This is the chat for the other girls. You know what I'm saying? Girl
You said
talk.
this what?
Girl
Girl
talk.
chat.
Oh, girl talk.
You know. But hope you guys like this content. We're about to check up out of here because we still got some stuff to do before we actually close out the rest of this night. So we hope y'all. Did I say that? Enjoy this content. I said that already.
Yeah, you said that.
All right. I'll be on to the next video. Bye bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.